Welcome to my podcast. Listen, what I'm reaching up here for is my tequila that my friend told me when I started my business. Okay, we was gonna pop open. Okay, listen, God is good. All I'm saying is my podcast is going to be my business, and I'm gonna mind my business until I get it right. Thank you. Y'all know I'm with the soft and mushy stuff. Y'all know I'm cheesy. Y'all know I'm corny with it. I don't care. Listen, I keep it real though. I am who I am, and that's who I am. Okay. So I want to start this podcast off with the word, okay, because I always welcome God into all of my mess. You see it back there behind, right there. Bless this mess. Yeah, I'm the mess. I'm always looking for peace and to be centered in God. Listen, I'm working on my temper. I do have a temper, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm getting better and better every day. So, God's word, Psalms 41, 40, and then dot dot one. All right. So it said, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. What does that mean to Nazarene J. Clark? That means that I waited on the response of the Lord, and at some point, God heard my cry. That's heavy, y'all. I didn't even have to look that up. I just wrote that straight off the Bible app, okay? The Bible app I use is Holy Bible. I always put y'all on game. I will make sure that at some point I give y'all that information because all you need is 5 minutes with the good Lord to get that psychology, excuse me, cleared out and to get that intuition. I'm pointing at my stomach, that gut ready for discernment. See, it's your job to be able to discern people, okay? You can't let everybody in your life, you can't let everybody because sometimes it's the people that bring the chaos to the life. I'll read again. Psalms 41. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. That means, to me, in my opinion, I am not a pastor. I will admit, I am not a pastor. I just read with great discernment and I have vision, okay? And psychology is a natural nature for me, okay? But that simply means that when you pray to God, when you dwell in your closet and you get with God about your sins, let's get a little heavy. You get with God about your sins, you get with God about the things that you don't know how to discern, you will get the answer. Because in your cries, God literally counts every tear. That's how important we are to God. That's just beautiful to me. When I heard that in scripture, because you can listen to the Bible on YouTube. When I'm trucking, I tend to listen to the Bible, right? So just know that God literally counts every tear that you cry, and just know that that's a lie because I know a lot of us are crying behind closed doors. Okay, let's talk about it. But that's the word from God. Okay, that was just, I popped my phone open. I had something that I wanted to say, right? And that was going to be, I want to say John 1:1 because I wanted you to make your words powerful, because I want to say that John 1:1 talks about God's word being at the beginning, right? And the word was everything, okay? And God's word is definitely everything. Listen, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to tell you what's on my mind. Oh, I get a cheer for that one. I get a cheer for that one. Because people always think that you're trying to persuade them to think opposite of what they know. No, baby, I'm trying to give you what's working for me so it will work for you. I be I'd be selfish to hold all the information that I know to myself. Okay. And now I want to drop the jewels on you. Okay. We are going to read this book together. We're going to read this book together. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Listen, this man, I looked him up. I picked up the book just based off the cover. The cover was clean, right? I'm a very visual person. So when I see something and it look good, it looks sexy, I grab it, okay? I grab it. I just grab it and I say, I want to read it. And then the topic for me, Atomic Habits. What am I always talking about? I'm always talking about good habits and being intentional. And for me, in order for us to develop good habits, we have to create systems, right? So let me tell you, this guy has literally gone to school. He went to school, I think in 2008 for bio mechanics. And that already tells me he's an intricate thinker, right? And he thinks mechanically. So his logic and all that good stuff mixed with science. I don't know if he believes in God, but it's not about that. We're not gonna go and mix all of that because I just want to see if he has a method. So we're going to read this book together and we're going to finish this book together. Okay. Atomic Habits. So I want to give him an applause. Okay. Just for writing this book and giving us some of his intellectual property. Yeah. Thank you, James Clear. Thank you. I would love to have you on the show. Okay. This is an elevated podcast. And yeah, I would love to have you on the show, sir. But let's get into the actual just basic start, meaning like the what's on the back of the book cover, because that's just going to give you a glimpse into what the book is going to be about. Okay, so this book, okay, it says discover the secret to results that last, packed with evidence-based self-improvement strategies. Atomic Habits will teach you how to design habits that work for work for you rather than against you. So a supremely practical and useful book. James Clear distills the most fundamental information about habit formation so you can accomplish more by focusing on less. Mark Manson gave this number one New York Times bestseller, author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Okay. This podcast, if you let the babies listen to it, tell them not to cuss. I apologize. I do read the cuss words and sometimes I do cuss, but I'm gonna try my best to work on that and not cuss so much. I love y'all. I'm not perfect. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a bishop. I am not perfect. God knows my heart. I am just a person that loves sharing if I have something unique. All right. So we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of this book. Okay. Okay. Because basically inside the cover, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read some of it. I want you to go buy the book. I can't give you everything. Support this man. Support this man who wrote this book. Okay. I purchased it from Walmart. I love Walmart. I'm not, into Target like that because Target is going to charge you about $7 more. Walmart is going to charge you about $7 less. You do the math. Okay. So we're going to get into reading the inside cover, and it says, no matter your goals, Atomic Habits offer a proven framework for getting 1% better every day. I already love it, y'all, because it's not about big steps, it's about baby steps. Then James Clear is the author, one of the world's leading experts on habits for formation, reveals practical strategies that will teach you exactly how to master the tiny behaviors that lead to remarkable results, not regular, remarkable. Okay, it says if you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. The problem is your system. Bad habits repeat themselves not because you don't want to change, but because you have the wrong system for change. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Come on, James. In Atomic Habits, you'll get a plan that can take you to the next height. I love that. That's what I'm all about. That's what I strive for, mastery of oneself. Know thyself. You have to know yourself, okay? And clean up those bad habits. We all have bad habits, okay? All right. So Clear is known for his ability to distill complex topics into simple behaviors that can be readily applied to daily life and work. Here, here he draws on ideas from biology. I'm big on biology, psychology. I'm big on psychology and neuroscience to create an easy to understand guide for making good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. See, neuroscience, that's my thing. I'm so into that because you have to figure out what makes your brain tick. What are you attracted to by nature? See, all of this is a part of Fit for Life. If you like this content that I'm dropping, please cash up your girl. $1, $1, $1, and more, whatever you decide. But help me help you get better. Okay? And we're going to get into this book. We're not even going to play around. We're not even going to play around because my goal is to help you get fit for life. And the only way you're going to get fit for life is if you kill all of those old ways. They gotta go. Bad habits gotta go. Bad habits gotta go. Get rid of them, okay? We killing them off. You don't need bad habits. You need good habits. You need intentional thoughts. You need intentional action. That's why we're reading the book, okay? We're gonna read the book. We're gonna read this book. Okay. So, Atomic. This man is dope. See what I mean? Just getting into it. He defines what atomic is. Atomic, an extremely small amount of a thing, the single irreducible unit of a larger system, the source of immense energy or power. Atomic. That's amazing. And see, you got to think about what atomic stems from. It probably stems from atom, right? And an atom is a small particle, but that small particle is powerful. Let's get into it. Then he dissects the word habit. He defines it for us. A routine or practice performed regularly, and an automatic response to a specific situation. Habit, a routine or practice performed regularly, an automatic response to a specific situation. Let's go. I'm telling you, that's a habit. You have to control your habits because it's an what? An automatic response. Let's get into it. All right, we got the table of contents. Boom, boom, boom. The fundamentals, why tiny changes make a big difference. Then we have one, the surprising power of an atomic habit, how your habits shape your identity. That's two. Three is how to build better habits in 4 simple steps. Only 4 steps? 4 steps is everything. 4 steps is everything. You want to know why? Because you can memorize 4 steps. Come on. Come on. Yeah. 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 You know it's true. You can memorize 4 steps. So I don't want to hear no excuses. Check this book out, man. It's pretty solid. Number 4, the man who didn't look right. Number 5, the best way to start a new habit. What is this? Boom, boom, boom. Let me slow down. Let me slow down because I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. So, introduction, he wants to tell us his story, right? That's at the beginning. Then we go into the fundamentals, why tiny changes make a big difference. Then we go into the first law, make it obvious. And then we go into 4, the man who didn't look right. 5, the best ways to start a new habit. 6, motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. Ooh, that's heavy. I already know what that is. I got to give the psychology. That's why. So, and then it says the secret to self control. Bum, 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 bum. I know you didn't. He said it. He said it, the secret to self-control. I know you don't want to hear that, but at the end of the day, that's yeah, that's what it is. Mastery, discipline, ooh, self-control. Ooh, that's discipline. The word I've been saying. I have not read this book yet, y'all. That's how you know. Gift of psychology. Some of us have it and don't even know it. Look deep into yourself. I love to empower people. Look deep into yourself. You might be a natural psychologist. See, I was validated by God and a little white woman that I went to for psychological help, right? And she said I would pay you to talk to my clients. Hmm. Thank you, Doctor Linda. God bless you. I don't know where you are, but if you ever get a hold of this, I love you and you empowered me with just saying that to me. All right. So now the second law, make it attractive. Oh, all right. How to make a habit irresistible, the role of family, the friends in shaping your habits, how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. The third law, make it easy. Walk slowly, but never backwards. Ooh, that's deep. I like that. That's right. I am cheesy. Get ready. The law of least effort, how to stop procrastinating. I used to be a procrastinator. Not anymore. What did I do? I killed it. Killed that bad habit. Procrastination ain't gonna save you. All right. How to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. I love it. I absolutely love it. The fourth law, the cardinal rule of behavior change, how to stick with good habits every day, how an accountability partner can change everything. Calmate, tranquilo. You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. I know I'm speaking to your spirit. I know I'm speaking to your spirit because some of y'all ain't being accountable. Some of y'all are not being accountable. Let me look into the camera so you can see my eyes and me look you in your eyes and say you need to be accountable. And you're not holding yourself accountable, so you need to pay for somebody to be your accountability partner. Okay? If you come on YouTube, you will see, hello, you will see me. And don't forget, Cash App your girl $1, okay? Just $1, okay? $1. Thank you. $1. Okay, so then we go into advanced tactics, how to go from being merely good to being truly great. And then the truth about talent, when genes matter and when they don't. The Goldilocks rule, how to stay motivated in life and work. The downside of creating good habits. There's a downside. He caught me off guard with that one. You know what? It could be expectations. That's going to be my guess. The downsides of creating good habits. It could be expectations. But I'm not going to overwhelm y'all with this, but I wanted to read the content to you. So the YouTube post on my podcast, the next post will give you more of the book. I'm just going to jump and dive into the book. Okay. And then conclusion, the secret results that last. So I'm excited. This is going to be amazing. Okay. Marvelous. Spectacular. I'm down because I'm always yearning for just more information. And this is like everything to me. So we are going to jump. We're going to skip the introduction. I feel like, I really feel like James is the man, okay? Listen, James was one of the characters from the Bible. So I feel like I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like he won us something. I don't know what James believed in, but I feel like he won us something. He definitely has jewels for us. Okay, we're 19 minutes in, and I am tracking that because I want to be resourceful in this 30-minute podcast. Okay, I want to be resourceful. All right, so I'm skipping through the introduction. We're going to get into the fundamentals, why tiny changes make a big difference. Let's see. All right. We are going to read up to probably 3 pages. We'll read up to 3 pages. I'm a slow reader. I'm not a fast reader. Okay. Chapter 1. The surprising power of atomic habits. The fate of British cycling changed one day in 2003. The organization, which was the governing body for professionalism cycling in Great Britain, had recently hired Dave Brailsford as its new performance director. At the time, professional cyclists in Great Britain had endured nearly 100 years of mediocrity. Since 1908, British riders had won just a single gold medal at the Olympic Games, and they had fared even worse in cycling biggest race, the Tour de France. The 110 years, no British cyclist had ever won the event. Damn. In fact, the performance of British riders had been so underwhelming that one of the top bike manufacturers in Europe refused to sell bikes to the team because they were afraid that it would hurt sales if other professionals saw the Brits using their gear. Dang, that's crazy. Ah, oh, wow. Let me stay focused. Brailsford had been hired to put British cycling on a new trajectory. What made him different from previous coaches was his relentless commitment to a strategy that he referred to as the aggregation of marginal gain, which was the philosophy of searching for a tiny margin of improvement in everything you do. I love it. I would highlight that. Brailsford said the whole principle came from the idea that if you broke down everything, I knew it. That's why I said, let's skip the story of James Clear because obviously this man is trying to get to the nitty gritty of the mind and improvement. I might have to stop right there. Let me stop right there and expound on that. That was the first page of the first chapter. Boom. We're gonna get back to this book. That small detail, that small detail is exactly how an athlete thinks. An athlete is going to dissect the movement, right? So that they can get that muscle memory every time. Muscle memory every time. Muscle memory every time. That's exactly what the components of life. That's all of the components of life. That's what they are. Life and your ability to be successful in life is basically your ability to dissect what works and make those marginal improvements. I already love this book. I'm going to read this chapter and literally highlight and pull all the strong points out because I already see now reading this whole book to you, it's going to take forever because I'm a slow reader and but I have a really good ability to understand what I'm reading. So comprehension is extremely important. Speed is important, but comprehension matters first to me. So I'm going to read that chapter and I'm going to dissect it, highlight what I think is real and what is powerful because that right there that proves that everything that we need to know pertaining to the physics and the systems of life, he very much well has a very good handle on it. So James Clear, I give you an applause for just the first page. You broke that down very well. Yeah, and I'm working on the book, y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited about life. When you find your passion, it's so easy for you to just live it. Like live out loud, live your dream, and be thankful. Um, this podcast is the start of something amazing. It is divine. It is orchestrated by God. And I, I just want to make sure that you know that, like, I'm going to give you everything I got. And if I ain't got enough, I will be interviewing people on this podcast. And I'm a real person. I look at my phone while I'm on my podcast. I'm keeping it real and I'm keeping it raw, baby. There's no reason for me to not be myself on my podcast. And so many of us get it wrong in life. We are not ourselves when we're supposed to be ourselves, regardless. Regardless. I ain't got to be nobody but myself. And I thank God for the person that God created me to be because I'm different. And if you don't like me, so what? Just know God bless you. I'm praying for you and I'm rooting for you to be successful in your lane. But please stay out of my lane. Stay in your lane. And I'm gonna stay in mine. That's said humbly and ferociously. Because I'm in my lane. I'm in my lane. If you don't like me, you don't like my content, it's okay. But I'm gonna end us out on something positive. And that is going to be forever and always something powerful and something impactful. I only got a couple of minutes because I'm going to end it in 30 minutes because I just wanted to give you a little piece. I don't want my podcast to be an hour long. I want my podcast to be 30 minutes so that when you hear it, you're like, yo, that was enough to think about. So, and from Genesis 1, verse 26, I want to read this because Genesis is the beginning. Such a beautiful name, Genesis. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. God is telling you, you have power and you have authority over your life and the animals, baby, the earth. So don't you ever tell yourself you can't break a bad habit, okay? Because I want you to be fit for life. I don't want you to have excuses as to why you can't get things done. I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to empower you. And I'm here to be as impactful as possible. This podcast is elevated. It's about learning. It's about knowing. It's about being confident in oneself and one's ability. And it's about health and wealth and just life in general. Okay. I'm starting it out with a book because I want you to know that I educate myself in different philosophies, different theories, and I compare and I contrast. And you know what? I realize that a lot of times psychology and emotions can be considered genderless. Not always. Cálmate, cálmate, tranquilo. Calm down. You may not think that. That's fine. But psychology is not always attached to a gender. And I want you to peacefully receive that because women have bad habits, men have bad habits. That's it. There's no argument about that. There's women that do dirty things, and there's men that do dirty things. There's men that do jacked up stuff, and there's women that do jacked up stuff. But I want you to open your mind up on this podcast and receive as much knowledge and as much empowerment as possible. We are out of time. I love you guys. I want you to make big waves, okay? And show big love. I'm gonna get better music. This pain standard. That's what I got. Love y'all. Oh yeah, and be intentional. Have a good day. God bless you. I pray for your prosperity and your peace always.